Welcome back into the world of Uno X, and it's a big one today because Alex Kristoff is going for victory 100 in his illustrious career. 99 victories since he turned pro in 2010. What a record for the man, and it's his final race of the season today, and it's a race he's won before. And that race is of course the European Championships, a flat parcours which should suit him, should suit all the other sprinters as well though, so we're going to have to come up with a bit of a game plan. But first, we have the time trial at the European Championships, and we also have the Quebec-Montreal double in Canada. And I'm particularly excited about that because Tobias Johannesson, probably our best rider right now in the team, has been targeting these races in the build-up to Il Lombardia. But if we win either of these Canadian Classics, it would be the biggest win of his career so far. But first up today, we have the European Championship time trial. Not really much of a chance for us here because Remco Evenepoel is on the start line, the likes of Ganna, Van Aert as well. We are of course racing with Søren Werenskjold, 76 time trial. He's not in great fitness either. Let's just see what we can do today. So Ivar Knotten is going to set the benchmark for us, and he does go into second place as Søren Werenskjold gets his time trial underway. Let's try and settle in at about 81. Think that should be good, and a +1 day today. And we have some absolute hitters on course already with Eduardo Affini and Wout van Aert going early, with Remco still to come, and he is on home soil in Belgium. So Wout van Aert is by far the best rider at the finish line. We do go 6th place here with Werenskjold, but we're using a lot of energy. I think a top 10 would be a great result. I called Søren Werenskjold the baby Wout van Aert in the previous episode. Well, he's not going to be anywhere near the real man today. Wout van Aert still with the best time at the finish, and we just about go into the top 10, but still some hitters to come. This is really turning into a 3-horse race. Remco 2 seconds up on Ganna, who has crossed that third split, and Wout van Aert is still in there as well. Now to checkpoint 3, and Remco has a 3-second buffer on Ganna. So Pippo Ganna going for the European title. Can he knock off Wout van Aert? Of course he can. 20 seconds up, and Remco comes into the final K. On home soil, Remco Evenepoel versus Filippo Ganna for the European champs, and it's the same time. Oh my word, the same time. One of the closest finishes surely in time trial history. Less than a single second separating Remco Evenepoel and Pippo Ganna after 30k of time trialing. That is ridiculous. Anyway, we finished 16th. Let's move on. We have flown over to North America for the Grand Prix Cycliste de Quebec, and Tadej Pogacar is here, and he is of course the huge favourite. His attributes right now in PCM are just phenomenal, as he is in real life. Van der Poel here too though. He's definitely the secondary favourite alongside Remco Evenepoel. Busy schedule for him, but Tobias Johannesson does make it onto the favourite screen. Let's go for victory. Not gonna lie, it's already weird seeing Pogacar in the Slovenian champs and Van der Poel in the world champs after of course Tadej won in real life. Anyway, we get a wonderful +3 with Tobias. And so I wanted a rider in the early breakaway, and that is exactly what we've done. William Bloom-Levy up the road, the legend who won at the Tour of Denmark. Luca Muzzaso here, Sepp Kuss in the early breakaway, and Niels Brun as well. Whilst Grand Tour winner in this save, Joao Almeida, works for Pogacar. Thomas de Gent is on the front. Of course retiring this year, and I'm going to miss this man in cycling, I have to say. Just thinking about how to approach this finale then, there's better riders in this race, guys, so whilst we have a rider up the road, I think it's best just to let the other big teams relay and use their domestiques on the front. So a big split in the bunch here, 95 riders behind. This is obviously going to get close, but so crucial to keep all our riders to the front at all times if we can. And I would maybe have considered using Court as a secondary leader today, but his stats just don't have it, especially with that 76 fitness. My man, you need to get in shape. Off-season hasn't started yet, mate. So we're now seeing a really fast rhythm in the peloton. These guys want to close the gap to the breakaway. 2 minutes is that gap, and they're working really well together, I have to say. And you can see the peloton flowing down this boulevard, and we have plenty of strong riders behind. Nielsen Paulus is caught in this group, and now another group getting caught out. I see Florian Lipovitz here, Jan Her, Emil Herzog, Jonas Vingegaard is caught behind as well. Madouas here too. Boy, oh boy, this is getting very selective indeed. So our guys stay in position. Look at the tempo here, guys. This is going to be such a selective race. Boy, oh boy, Almeida and again are still here on the front. What a ride by those two. Anyway, it has to be said, Niels Brun and Luca Mozzato really using Sepp Kuss now on the front, and he is not getting much help from these two on the back. Okay, so there is still 90 seconds to the breakaway. Pogačar still using his teammates in this group. Sam Gaze on the front, I'm afraid. 65 mountain, 72 hill. He is not going to be the man to close this gap. And still, Sepp Kuss rides on the front. Could the breakaway maybe steal an absolute shock victory here, guys? And Jonas Vingegaard is out the back. Attila Volta, Wilco Kelderman trying to help him get back on, but I think he's gone for the day here. Boy, oh boy, that is a shocker. He needs a better team, I have to say. Alright, we have the penultimate ascent here, and Tadej Pogačar is still using his teammates in this group, and it's still João Almeida and Thomas de Gent on the front. William Bloom-Levy is carrying these guys a little bit. He is going to kick away to try and reduce the numbers in this breakaway, but I think they are probably doomed here, finally. But what an effort from them today. William Bloom-Levy has gone clear, and Sepp Kuss again is being used and abused by Niels Brun and Luca Mozzato. Finally, Niels Brun comes to the front, and Sepp Kuss is cooked. Levy is struggling for energy, but 8k to go. This could be a miracle. 6.5k to go here at the Grand Prix Cyclist de Quebec. Where is Pogačar? He is in this group still, and you can see the rest of the breakaway are going to be caught here as William Bloom-Levy. He is just struggling for energy, but he still leads into the final 4 kilometers of this race. Alessandro De Marchi is here on the front. Can Bloom-Levy hold on? We're going to leave him to his devices and concentrate on this group, as Scarset probably done for the day. Kort Nielsen is here, and William Bloom-Levy, I think, guys, is going to be heartbroken. Kort Nielsen up to 92, 25 seconds for Levy. Sprint, my man. He has absolutely nothing left. 1.5k to go. The catch has been made. Let's lead out Tobias. Here we go. Kort Nielsen. Johannesson sprints. So does Mathieu van der Poel. Johannesson versus Mathieu van der Poel. And Mathieu van der Poel has us on this occasion, and it's his runners-up position for us on this occasion. Damn, I almost screamed the house down with that finish there. Almost. It's a podium for Tobias. Mathieu van der Poel, though, is the stronger rider, obviously, and he proved it today, but still, we have to be proud. What a race, what a place. Let's go for one better at Montreal. And luckily for us, the chance to go one better arrives 2 days later in Montreal, of course. Pogačar and Van der Poel are here again. They are going to be our big 2 rivals. Come on, Tobias, let's go for a podium again. So I would have quite liked a rider in today's breakaway, but we've unfortunately missed the move. 4 riders gone early doors, and that gap is too big to bridge. But what that does allow is for me to change strategy just a little bit. So Tobias gets a +1 day, but he's still one of the best climbers in this race. So let's make this as difficult as possible on the climbs, because the likes of Van der Poel, I'd rather he wasn't here at the finish, or if he is, he's a little bit tired at least. I mean, on every one of these climbs, I'm pacing at somewhere between probably 88 and 90 just to really put the pressure on. You can see our guys are suffering. Hopefully everyone else is as well, because Tobias, he looks strong. So we've decimated the breakaway. They've just been caught with 80k to go, and you can see our guys are all over the front of this race. We are trying to dominate. So UAE have joined us in mission drop Mathieu van der Poel. To be honest, I don't think that's very realistic. We still have a full peloton and only 5 climbs to go. Tobias still looking good though, so let's just try and make this difficult. And UAE definitely have the same idea. Oh boy, here we go. 57k. UAE come along to help, and we have some splits. Only 20 riders at the front, guys. Absolutely hammer it. Pretty sure they'll come back, but let's make it difficult for them. What a job. Anders Johannesson and Andreas Letnesson keeping these guys behind. And we have, I mean, some very good riders here. The likes of Schielmoser, Roglic is in that group as well somewhere. I just noted Ciccone as well. Vlasov now coming to the front for Red Bull, Bora Hansgrohe. And we are lucky to have the help of UAE Team Emirates. Let's, I think, keep Kort in reserve. Letnesson, you can tempo. Anders is pretty much cooked. And odd Christian Eiking, go and give them a hand. Remco Evenepoel has been caught in this group behind. I'm having further splits in this group due to just the pure pace at the front of the race, and we are trying our best to keep it. I'm pretty sure they will come back at some point, but we're going to make it difficult for them, that's for sure. But now we'll hand over the keys. UAE, it is your turn to tempo on the front, and we only have 2 helpers left. So the final lap starts here in Montreal. Let's go. This is our time. Let's see if we can remain here over the top or even try our own attack. Okay, the tempo here is high. Almeida and Hershey here, Pogacar here, Remco is here, and the tempo stops briefly. Here we go. Here we go. Let's try and get in the wheel with Kort Nielsen, and Tobias puts in a big dig over the top of this climb, but no real separation, and maybe we switch goals here because of course we still have odd Christian Eiking to pull for us on the front, and more importantly Magnus Kort Nielsen is here for a potential sprint, but that man Mathieu van der Poel is here with Pogacar as well. Nonetheless, at this point I feel Tobias is going to fall into helper mode. Okay, Tobias, you are going to work on the front, I think, for Magnus Kort Nielsen, unless we try and attack here. Let's get in the wheel of Pogacar with Magnus Kort. Tobias opens up the sprint very early. Pogacar is forced to sprint as well, and Magnus Kort Nielsen is in his wheel as we come around the corner into the final kilometre. Magnus Kort Nielsen going for the line, but he has absolutely nothing left, and Mathieu van der Poel is going to do the double here in Canada, and we finish off the podium. Ah, damn it, that was a bit of a disappointing finish, I have to say. Top 10, but not really what we came here for, and Magnus Kort absolutely disintegrated in the wheel of Tadej Pogacar there, but Van der Poel, he does the double. Anyway, 2nd and 7th for Tobias is nothing to be ashamed about at these 2 races. We'll go for a win next year, but he still has Il Lombardia left this season. Anyway, we swing back to Belgium for the European Championships. Wout van Aert is the favourite on home soil, but we are of course going for victory 100 with Alex Kristoff. It's going to be difficult, but it's possible. And when there's a chance, there's a way. I'm getting excited. I'm getting very excited because it's a +2 day for Kristoff. Is it possible? But what is going on here? Because Wout van Aert is here with Philipsen, but they have 4 riders in total on the team of Belgium. So Sturven is here and Capio as well to help out those guys. But where are all the domestiques? Maybe that will come into our advantage. The fact that the fastest rider here, Jasper Philipsen, only really has a couple of domestiques. And another big goal today, you can see Per Strandhagenes. He is surrounded by Uno X riders, and their goal is to try and convince him on the ride to the finish to sign for Uno X at some point in the save. Maybe next season. Okay, then the cobbles have begun. Not really sure what to expect here, but let's keep Kristoff to the front along with the rest of our guys and just hammer it on the front. Oh my word, he's here. Peter Sagan in the flesh is riding for Slovakia, and he is one of the first riders to be dropped due to our tempo on the cobbles. And to be honest, that's just making me sad. I mean, look at his attributes. That's sad. Peter, what happened? And okay, we have had a couple of attacks. Chris Nielands goes with Fred Wright as well as a rider dropped from the breakaway. And I wonder, what happens if I follow here? What happens if I follow? Let's try. Rasmus Tiller is going to join this group up the road eventually when he gets around this corner. And let's see who is tempoing in the peloton behind. Maybe this is our chance for Belgium to use up all their domestiques. There you go. Tiller joins up with this group. With Connor Swift here, Great Britain are going to have 2 riders. Biska as well, a strong rider up the road. And we have 2 minutes on the peloton here, and they are not moving right now. And these guys not really working with Rasmus Tiller. I think Fred Wright trying to use the fact he has a teammate up the road. He's not going to do that. We're going to attack them. Ah, damn it. Fred Wright gets back to the wheel, but Rasmus Tiller is about to close the gap to that early breakaway, and we're pretty much cooked here. Okay, let's just sit up in this group and try and recover for a little bit because we are at risk of getting dropped. Oh my word, Rasmus Tiller is getting dropped from the breakaway, and Great Britain have pulled an absolute blinder here. They have Swift and Wright at the front of the race, and we are now tempoing in the group behind because I'm suddenly no longer happy with this situation. This has been one of the weirdest races I can remember, but anyway, 70 riders in the peloton and normality is definitely restored as the breakaway are caught. Are there any counter-attacks here? Yes, there are. There are plenty of attacks. And that is Mads Pedersen and Niels Pollitt and Jasper Stuyven on the attack. Oh my word. We need to be very aware, much more aware than I was on that occasion. There's a Dutch rider as well. Danny van Poppel is up the road. We need to close this ourselves. Okay, that group is caught, but another attack now. Giacomo Nizzolo, remember him. He's on the front now trying to absolutely hammer it. There are constant counter-attacks right now as we're inside the final 20k, and Niels Pollitt goes with Wout van Aert. Okay, let's get our train to the front. I am not comfortable at all right now in this race, despite our additional numbers. One man feeling fresh though is Alex Kristoff, and he is being guided to the front of this race despite the constant attacks on the front. Okay, Jonas Abrahamsson, you've done a great job, but you are now done for the day, my man. This is the group, 45 riders here, and there are guys struggling to the back. We have 3 riders ready to lead out Alex Kristoff, but we need to control the attacks here. Okay, 3k to go. Marijn Vandenberg is on the front. Tord Gudmestad doing his absolute best to put us in a good position, and we are the strongest lead out train here. Gudmestad goes, Rangel goes, and Kristoff is getting the perfect lead out from his trade team teammate. Garcia Cortina can't follow, Niels Pollitt cannot follow, and Alex Kristoff gets his arms aloft to win the European Championships again in his career, and it's a 1-2. Let's go. Woo! Let's go. Let's go. I am pumped with that one, guys. Yes, we had a numerical advantage, but there are some great riders in this race, and Jasper Philipsen, no surprise, is absolutely nowhere. He's in 20th place. Wout van Aert was 5th, but Alex Kristoff wins the European title again, but more importantly, claims his 100th victory in his illustrious career. Aye, guys, there it is on screen. 100 victories for Alex Kristoff in his career. He has the European Championships jersey on his back again. The former champion wins it twice, and I am so buzzing with that victory, if you can't tell. But there's one more episode this season, guys, and it's a big one. The World Championships and Il Lombardia. Cannot wait for those 2 races. Tadej Pogacar, probably the big favourite for those 2, but we're going to do our best, of course. Anyway, if you enjoyed today, make sure you smash like down below. Hit subscribe if you're new. We're almost at 5,000 subscribers. And I'll see you guys in the next one.